When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
There's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
And welcome back. Sorry again, folks, for the issues with the audio, but hopefully we're up and rolling and can continue to let you folks hear me. I'm sure you're all so glad to hear my beautiful voice. Briarcliff leading 14-7, 6:38 on the clock, quarter number one against the 16th ranked Lady Warriors from Sterling College. As this drive in and up and good for two. That's Kyla Comley. Briarcliff now with the basketball. The Chargers hitting some early three-pointers. They had struggled through much of the season from deep range, but in their last contest against Dakota State really started to light it up from deep. Put up 29 points in the first quarter in the last contest. Again, that was against the Trojans from Dakota State here at the Newman Flanagan Center on Sunday. Highest scoring quarter of the season for the Cliff. Got to get a shot here, is just having to chuck this one up was Connor Sudman, but that's going to not be able to get to the rim, so that was a shot clock violation against BC, giving Sterling back the basketball. The Lady Warriors now with it. Comley with it, dishes it over to Bangert. She tries to go inside. A lot of traffic there as the Warriors kick it back out to Bangert. Now Comley back with it. Gets it slapped away by Peyton Slaughter. Slaughter dives for it, gets the basketball, but a foul's going to be called, but you love the effort there from the freshman. It's going to be the first foul on Slaughter, a freshman from Cherokee, Iowa, just up the road here from Sioux City. As again, our score here is 14-9. Briarcliff has had 4 shots made from the field by 4 different players, and then 2 free throws from Madeline Deichler for 5 scorers on the day. As Sudman drives this one down, she'll kick it back out. 3-pointer on its way for Briarcliff, off the back iron, no good. Brianne Allen's able to slap it away and keep possession alive for the Cliff. Shot clock will be reset to 20. For fans that are used to the old rule, this is the first year we're on offensive rebounds. That shot clock just gets set to 20, not the full 30 seconds, as Madeline Deichler's held on to as she first got that pass, so it's going to be a foul on the floor. That's the, I believe, 4th team foul. They have 3 up on the board. Maybe it's just the 3rd team foul for the Lady Warriors. We have 5:07 on the clock here, first quarter. This looks like Sarah Dreckman's getting ready to check in for Briarcliff. It looks like we have a substitution, Maida Stahlbomber, also looking to enter the contest. That for the Lady Warriors. Sudman with the basketball. 7 seconds to shoot. Briarcliff's got to do something. Lob it inside to Deichler. Deichler spins around her defender, goes up and in. 16-9, Briarcliff with the lead. Deichler is up to 4 points. That leads Briarcliff. Kyla Comley has 5 points for the Lady Warriors to lead all scorers. Sterling with the basketball. Lobs it over to Bangert, over to the corner. 3-point attempt is up, way off, no good. That's going to go deep and out of bounds. That'll give the Chargers the ball back. Looks like along with Dreckman, there's also Kalina Asbill stepping onto the court for Briarcliff. The Chargers leading this one 16-9. So we have 4:26 on the clock, opening quarter. Sterling women's basketball, the greatest show on court, according to some fans watching back home. We want to thank all our fans, both for Briarcliff and Sterling College, for tuning into our broadcast today on the Charger Sports Network. Briarcliff with it, 7 on the shot clock. This one's going to be stolen away, going back the other way of the Lady Warriors. Wanted the fast break, but things are going to get slowed down, as Sterling will just have to reset the offense. They go over to Comley, fakes the 3, steps in, 10-foot jumpers up, back iron no good. Dreckman gets the rebound, but they're going to say Dreckman pushed off to get it. That's going to be the 3rd team foul on BC, first on Dreckman. Couple substitutions. Taylor Lamprecht in for the Cliff. And Alexis Theus on the floor now for Sterling. They inbound this one in. Thought about the 3. No. Bangert's going to drive in. Kick to the outside. Theus with the 3 from the corner. Front iron no good. Offensive rebound though. And up and in. An easy 2 points there. Nice hustle play from Sydney Bangert. 16-11 is your score. 3:33 on the clock. Opening quarter here in the Newman Flanagan Center on the campus of Briarcliff University in beautiful Sioux City, Iowa. I'm sure Sterling, that 16th ranking in the country, is hoping to make another trip to Sioux City here in a few months. Is Sioux City the host of the NAI Division II Women's Basketball National Tournament. Always a fun time here in Siouxland during that one. Briarcliff looking to have a bounce back to the second half of the season. The Chargers are a staple at the Tyson Event Center, but have missed out the last couple of seasons. As back the other way come Sterling. Little too strong on that layup, no good. for the Lady Warriors, but Asbill turns it over, and it's a quick 2 points on the second time around. That was Brenna Eilert with that 2 points. Missed the first time around, but an offensive rebound allowed the Lady Warriors, or actually a quick turnover, to get that as a timeout on the floor here from Mike Power. We'll stay here and try to catch things up as we had some audio issues early. Again, thank you to all of our fans at home watching this contest between the Briarcliff University Chargers and the Sterling College Lady Warriors. The Lady Warriors, number 16 in the land, started in the preseason polls at 16, and after the first coaches poll, remain unchanged. Briarcliff unranked as, again, the Chargers have a losing record, but have not lost to an unranked team. The problem is Mike Power doesn't make life easy for himself or his team, as the schedule is just filled with ranked teams, both in conference and non-conference play, as opening the home slate of schedule for the Chargers was a couple of matchups against top 25 teams, and then games like this in the non-conference, and playing in the GPAC, you're looking at 8 or 9 ranked teams year in and year out in the conference, so always a tough schedule for the Chargers. This three-pointer from the corner, thought about going in but not able to, but an offensive rebound by Businger, and gets that one to fall. Just great positioning to sneak in there in the baseline to get the position to get that offensive rebound after it hopped around the top of the rim for what seemed like a decade. Now Sterling College back with a strong bounce pass into the lane. Tough layup, but that's up and in. Because right now you can tell the size advantage definitely in favor of Sterling College. As they lob it inside to Businger, she's behind the defense. She'll pull up, goes into Sudman was cutting in the lane. She's going to be grabbed and fouled. That's the 4th team foul, so no bonus opportunities yet. But the next foul on the Lady Warriors looks to send Briarcliff to the free throw line. It's mass substitutions here for Sterling. Looks like Emily Hendrickson is in there. Theus, not sure if she ever left. She's still just back in. Bethany Stuckey, Bailey Banger, and I believe Jessica Carrillo back onto the floor for the Lady Warriors. Deichler goes up against great defense there by Sterling, not allowing anything easy. And that's going to be a rebound for the Lady Warriors. Back the other way quickly. Trailing by just 3. Briarcliff's led throughout here. Pull-up jumper is up way long, but it's going to be rebounded by the Lady Warriors for an open three-pointer from the top. That one's missed. Bounces off of a couple players. Sudman comes down with it, and the Chargers have it going quickly back the other way. Sudman with Euro stepping in. Connor Sudman, the freshman from Trainer, having another solid night. I know Mike Power had a lot of expectations for her coming in her first collegiate season, and so far she has hit, if not exceeded those, as a quick 3 the other way for the Lady Warriors. Long pass way over the top of Sudman, intercepted there by Carrillo. Now coming back quickly with it, Sterling. Down by just 2. We're nearing just a minute to go in the first quarter. Inside the paint now, double teams, so they're going to have to kick it out. That's bounced around and grabbed by Brianna Allen and the Cliff. Chargers bring it up. Allen over to Businger. Businger to Sudman. We're under a minute to go here in the opening quarter. Briarcliff in the black tops, black bottoms, gold numbers with blue trim. Sterling with their road grays, gray tops, gray bottoms, white numbers. I believe a little bit of blue trim. Not thick. That one stolen away from Brianna Allen, and going back quickly. Nice foul there by Businger. It's going to be the 4th team foul on the Chargers, but it looked like the Lady Warrior player was going to get around Businger, and it would have been a 2-on-0 for an easy layup. So just getting that foul and making them reset their offense, not a bad strategy. It's 30 seconds. We have a 7-second difference between shot clock and game clock, so not an opportunity at the last shot of the period. Sterling kicks it around. They try going inside a double team, but she's going to just float it up over top of it. That's no good, out of the hands of Carrillo. Rebounded by the Chargers, and now Briarcliff will have an opportunity at the last shot here before the break. Sudman lobs it inside to Deichler. Goes through a double team, misses, but gets her own rebound. Pauses. If she would have went right up her way, it might have been easier, but she's still able to get that layup to fall. It's a 4-point lead. Is now a half-court heave by Sterling. Almost falls in and out, no good, and that's how we're going to end quarter number 1. Briarcliff leading 22-18. We'll be back here momentarily You're listening to the Charger Sports Network.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
Welcome back, fans, to the Newman Flanagan Center. After one quarter of play, I'm also in charge of updating the scoreboard on the stream. So if it gets a little bit behind, my apologies. This is Kevin Potham. I'm the sports information director from Briarcliff. I'm shooting photos of the game from up here on press row while also updating the score and trying to give you guys a little story of what's going on in the game. It's in that first quarter. Madeline Deichler's leading all players with 6 points. She also has 3 rebounds. Not a whole lot of rebounds to go around for Sterling. Their leader is 5 points by both Comley and Theus. As this one's stolen away and going back the other way, that's Peyton Slaughter. She's got a couple steals on the day now. She hits this layup and the foul. Great play there by Peyton Slaughter, not only to get the steal, but make that contested layup and send herself to the free throw line for a chance at one more. This free throws up and good. 25-18, we're early here in the second quarter. Again, if you hear that, might be hearing the clicks from the cameras. We're trying to shoot some photos. This one's inside the paint, up off the back iron, no good. Offensive rebound, though, for the Lady Warriors. They kick it back out. Nice move to fool the defense, get them off their feet. Gets into the lane. Tough shot up and good. 25-20 now. The 16th ranked Lady Warriors trying to avoid an upset here today. We're still plenty early here. Not quite a minute into quarter number 2. Sudman has it, thinks about the 3, thinks better of it, gets it to Dreckman. Dreckman gets a nice screen from her, goes inside, gives it to Deichler, but it's going to be tipped and goes out of bounds. We're right at 9 minutes to go in here, quarter number 2. Still 25-20 in favor of the Cliff. Peyton Slaughter's going to be the player to inbound it. Looking for someone, has to get it somewhere. Goes over to Sudman. 5 to shoot. Slaughter has to do something with it. She'll get it over to Dreckman. Back to Slaughter, and they're not realizing the time. Did not get that shot off. That's the second shot clock violation on Briarcliff. It's a young team out there as Mike Powers screaming at his players. Just need to be a little more aware. It just looked like Slaughter and Dreckman were going back and forth with the basketball, completely unaware of the shot clock. Now they go inside. Carrillo goes up against the defender. That one's up and good. Back down to a 1-possession lead here for Briarcliff. Sterling has gotten it down close a few times here, and Briarcliff's come back with a run each time. See if the Chargers can do that once again. Slaughter going up inside, gets it knocked away from her, but she's able to corral it. Now over to Dreckman, 10 to shoot. Dreckman over to Sudman. She'll catch and shoot, 3-pointer. Up, airballs that one, no good. I like that shot, though. Sudman early in the year in her freshman season was timid to shoot the deep ball. She started to open things up and has hit them pretty well lately. Obviously not that one. Is a foul on the defensive side for Briarcliff. That foul's going to go against Brianna Allen, the first on her tonight, first of the second quarter for Briarcliff. Shannon Sokolowski coming in for the first time today for Briarcliff. Another freshman for the Chargers. She's a 5'10 forward from Wakanda, South Dakota. This floater's up, in and out, no good. Nice look there for Sterling, just unable to get that shot to fall. And that was Theus on the shot. She had 5 points in the opening quarter. Sokolowski drives the baseline, kicks it out to Allen. Might have had a chance just to take that. Allen now with it left corner, gives it back to Sokolowski. trying to reset the offense. Almost batted away there, but Briarcliff's able to keep it. Allen now with it. 7 to shoot. Sokolowski steps just inside the 2-point range. Airballs that one short. She's looking a little timid tonight as Brycelyn Comstock's going to come into the game. Somebody's got to leave the floor. Brianna Allen will be the player to take a seat. As that possession just looked like a bunch of Chargers that did not want to shoot the basketball. Sterling now with it, trailing by 3. 7:25 to go in the quarter. Deep pass over, 3-point left-handed shot is up, no good. Offensive rebound, though, to Comley. As a quick 2, nice pass in traffic. And the finish by Alexis Theus. It's just a 1-point Briarcliff lead, nearly stolen away, but the Chargers keep it. Comstock with it, gets it over to Sokolowski. Back to Comstock. They want to go inside to Deichler, but she's being guarded pretty well down low. Drive the baseline, kicked outside. Slaughter catches it, shoots it for 3, and hits it. Stepped back from where she originally caught it, trying to get the 3, and she does. As Slaughter tries to bounce this one away. Stepping in front of his Deichler, and that's going to be a turnover. Deichler's feet looked like they were moving, but didn't get the foul call for Sterling, so with that ball losing control and going out of bounds, it'll go in favor of the Cliff, leading 28-24. Briarcliff drives it down low. Comstock with it, puts it up. That's short, no good. A lot of bodies bouncing off of each other, and I believe a foul is going to be called on Briarcliff. They're going to call that on Businger. That's her 3rd already, as we still have 6:27 to go in the first half, so you got to figure she's coming off the floor, at least for probably the rest of this half. It's now Sterling College with the basketball, trailing by 4. Floaters up and good. That's a few times now that 10-foot range for Alexis Theus has been smooth. 2-point lead for Briarcliff with the basketball. Slaughter had it. She had some time if she wanted to put up the 3, thought better of it, so the Chargers still have it. 15 to shoot. 5:50 to go in the half. Lob inside to Deichler. Some contact, no foul. Great defense by Theus. Had her feet planted, arms straight up, and made that shot difficult. Now the Lady Warriors have it. They can tie it with a 2, potentially take the lead on this possession. A lot of contact, no foul. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. They're going to say off the Chargers. So Sterling will still have it. Asbill and Lamprick going to step on the floor. Slaughter and Deichler to take a seat for a minute. Deichler getting some much-needed rest. She is battling down low. That is a fun matchup to watch in the paint here today. Lob pass goes into the hands of the Chargers. Back the other way, no good by Comstock, but rebounded by Sudman. Sudman gives it to Sokolowski. She drives in, tries lobbing it to Lamprick. Is able to corral it in. They go outside now to Comstock. Pump fakes a 3-0. Gives it to Lamprick. Bodying up, tough defense there, and eventually does get the foul to call. Looks like the arms just started to come down there. And that's going to be the 2nd foul on Bethany Stuckey. She had great positioning for quite a while and then just had those arms come down and draw some contact. Nice way to battle from Lamprick. Lamprick is really undersized down low. She stands at 5'9", but went right up against Stuckey, who's only an inch taller, but just seems to have a little more build down there in the paint, and that'll happen. She's only a sophomore, though. I thought maybe she just looked like she had been a little more ready to go, but you never know. Lamprick has 1 year behind her, and you just, at the college game, those post players, college does wonders when you get with a program with a strength and conditioning team. I know Coach Herc and the rest of the staff here at Briarcliff do wonders with players. And it looks like Sterling must have a darn good staff of their own, as Asbill has it after a steal, but this one's tipped away, and right back the other way go the Lady Warriors. Briarcliff, the controlled chaos theory that they love to run is right now. Sterling initially had it beat, got in the paint, missed the shot though. Offensive rebound and the putback there. Nice job by, well, that was Maida Stahlbomber. It's a 2-point Briarcliff lead with the basketball, have the Chargers. 4:42 left to go in the first half. They go around. Comstock with it. Wanted to get inside to Lamprick, but she's double-teamed nicely. As they are not going to let anything come easy in the paint. It's 5 to shoot. Connor Sudman drives in. Little Euro step again. Puts this one up. Tough layup. Gets it to fall. Man, talk about players that do or don't look young. Connor Sudman, if you're just getting your first look at her today, it might be hard to believe that that's just a freshman. She is going to be a factor for the Briarcliff Chargers for the next 4 years, that's for sure, as Briarcliff gets called for a foul here on this possession. It's going to be on Lampricht. That's her first. Team's third, so not in the bonus quite yet. As inbounding the ball now are the Lady Warriors. Got to get it in. They lob it. Driving inside, bodied up, so they'll kick it outside to Comley. Comley looks to drive in, nothing there. She'll kick it back out. They go over to the side now. This one's up by Carrillo and good. Those 10 to 15-foot jumpers are what both teams have had to kind of settle for here today. Is a quick steal and going the other way are the Lady Warriors. Late trying to get back on defense of the Cliff. They're able to get the defense on the first shot, but an offensive rebound, and there is a foul. Will send Comley to the free throw line for 2 shots with an opportunity to tie it here. That was going to go against Kalina Asbill, her first. As Lampricht and Asbill will take a seat. Back onto the floor, Madeline Deichler and Brianna Allen. Comley with 7 points here tonight. First free throw is up and good. Opportunity to tie here. With one more shot coming. That one's up and good. We are square at 32. We have 3:45 to go in this first half. This press has been getting to Briarcliff, which honestly the Chargers do it themselves quite a bit. They should be used to it, but this has been pretty effective for the Lady Warriors. Briarcliff's able to break it, but no, not quite. A bad pass there once they got on the offensive side of things, and Sterling now with an opportunity to take a lead. Comley has it, gets cut off by Sudman. She'll kick it back outside. Slipping and falling is Slaughter. Long 2 up and good. The Lady Warriors with the lead. The press comes again. Briarcliff looks like they have it broken. Sudman has it. Nice step around the defender and gets that one to fall. Looked like pretty good defense for the Lady Warriors, but Sudman having a night. She's now up to 9 points. That's tied with Comley and Alexis Theus, 2 Lady Warriors for the high in the contest. 34 all. We're under 3 minutes to go in the half. Deichler with some tough defense. 3-point attempt on the way for the Lady Warriors is up, no good. Deichler with the rebound. Briarcliff bringing it up the court. Deichler gives it to Slaughter. She's wide open for 3. That one's short, though. Rebound goes to Sterling. Long pass up to Thea. She's able to corral it in nicely. Goes for the tough shot. No good. Nice defense there by the Cliff. And that was Brianna Allen getting back in good position. The Chargers now with the basketball. 2:22 on the clock, second quarter. All square at 34. Deichler has it. Gets it knocked out of her hands. She's going to go get it. 10 on the shot clock. Deichler lobs it up to Dreckman. 6 to shoot. Dreckman spin move. She's at the free throw line. Will just put it up off the front iron. No good. Rebound goes to Stahlbomber and the Lady Warriors. Long lob up ahead. Not quite able to get it, but an easy offensive rebound and then a foul. Almost looked like Sarah Dreckman thought it was a teammate, so she led off. And instead it was an offensive rebound. As Dreckman gets called for her second foul, as she didn't want an easy putback attempt from Emily Hendrickson, and Hendrickson will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. As we're tied at 34 here. First shot up and good, and right now, points off of turnover seems to be the story. Briarcliff has 10 turnovers to just 5 for Sterling on the stat sheet. Points off of turnovers, a 12-2 edge for the Lady Warriors. It's Briarcliff now with the basketball, and again, that press is causing them. Brianna Allen catches a tough shot, and it rolls out of bounds. The press is one thing in the backcourt, but Briarcliff seems to be turning it over when they get into the offensive side of things. Just kind of, you want to say it's because of the havoc being created by the Lady Warriors, but there's been a few times where I don't think that's the case. just kind of rushing things, not necessarily out of necessity for BC, and that's kind of been an issue lately for the Chargers. As Mike Power with his hands on his head, that seems to be a familiar pose lately. Is this shot up and good inside the paint? Sterling now leading by 4. Briarcliff, long pass up ahead, open three-pointer from Brianna Allen, no good. Had Connor Sudman all by herself if she could have gotten that into the paint for the easy 2, but Allen also had a wide open three-point attempt, and it's not a terrible shot to take. As another offensive rebound for the Lady Warriors. That's their 6th offensive rebound. As this shot's up, no good, but there's a foul. So Brenna Eilert will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. They called Deichler for that one. That's her first foul of the game. First free throw is up, and that one's short, no good. Score stays at 38-34. We're under a minute to play here in the first half. Second shot up, and that one crawls up and over and in. 39-34. Briarcliff trailing the 16th ranked Lady Warriors. This one gets knocked, but it will go out of bounds. Stay in possession of the Cliff. Mike Power calls out the play he wants from his team. Peyton Slaughter will bring this one up. Shots up, no good. Tipping around for a while and eventually brought down by Sterling and Carrillo. Up quickly the other way. Warriors put up a three-pointer. In and out, no good. Another offensive rebound as they're going to call Deichler for the foul as she snuck in underneath the defender. And with the team already having the 5 fouls in the quarter, it'll be the double bonus here for the Warriors as Deichler with 2 fouls will take a seat for the rest of the half. Both those fouls picked up late here in the period. She had gone most of the half without anything, but 2 fouls will have a seat. Second shot up on its way, and that one's in. It's a 6-point advantage for Sterling. After trailing for much of this first half, the Lady Warriors now leading. There's only about a second or 2 difference between shot clock and game clock, so Briarcliff will try to limit. Nope, a quick deep 2 from Brianna Allen. She hits it. You like the idea of taking the clock off, but if you get an open shot and you feel it, you got to take it. Brianna Allen hits that 2-pointer. 40-36. This one stolen away by Sudman. 5 seconds. They got numbers. Sudman goes up, gets some contact, and gets the bucket to fall. Big time possession there for Briarcliff, getting the steal when it looked like Sterling was going to have an opportunity to hold off to the last shot. So now it really looks smart by Brianna Allen to take a quick shot when the Chargers had an opportunity at one last shot. Hit the quick 2, got the steal, get a 2, miss the chance at the 3-point play as a deep heave is going to fall short, and that's the halftime, but a nice quick 4 points in that final 30 seconds for Briarcliff here to end the half. And at the halftime break, the 16th ranked Lady Warriors from Sterling College lead your Briarcliff University Chargers 40-38. We'll be back in a few minutes with some stats here as part of our Square Tire halftime. Again, you're watching today's broadcast on the Charger Sports Network.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
There's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
All right, fans, let's go over some of the halftime stats here. Again, this is our Square Tire halftime show. Square Tire, one of our fine sponsors of the Charter Sports Network, and also a great sponsor of the Champions of Character initiative. Briarcliff University, at the end of every academic year, hosts a Champions of Character banquet honoring its student athletes, not only for the things they do on the court, but as well as in the classroom and in the community. And I know Square Tire always has a representative at the banquet handing out awards for, we do have a Champions of Character award around campus. Last year, the Champions of Character award went to Darion Stokes, a wrestler for the Chargers that not only became an All-American with his ability on the mat, but also did a lot of incredible things out of the level of competition. And again, Square Tire is one of our fine sponsors that help us honor student athletes like that. In the first half, shooting-wise, Briarcliff actually had a better shooting percentage than Sterling. 14 for 29 for the Chargers for 48%, compared to 16 of 35 for 45% for the Lady Warriors. But again, we talked about turnovers being a big issue. Three-pointers also in favor of the Cliff. 5 of 11 from deep were the Chargers for 45%. Just 2 of 11 for Sterling for 18%. Free throws, each team took 8 chances, 6 made for Sterling for 75%, compared to 5 for the Cliff for 62%. Rebounds pretty close, 17-16 edge going to Sterling. 7 offensive rebounds for each team. 1 extra rebound on the defensive side for the Lady Warriors. Using those rebounds on the offensive side, each team was able to turn their 7 offensive rebound opportunities into 10 second chance points, so that's pretty even. Looking at it, steals, edge goes to the Lady Warriors, 6-5. The difference being Briarcliff with 5 steals. In all, Sterling turned the ball over 6 times, so there was only 1 turnover that wasn't directly from a steal by the Chargers. Compare that to 6 steals for Sterling, but 11 turnovers for Briarcliff. We talked about it, a couple of shot clock violations and a few other mishaps on the offensive side of things for the Chargers. And those 11 turnovers for Briarcliff turned into 14 points off of turnovers for Sterling. The 6 turnovers for the Lady Warriors equaled 4 Briarcliff points. So a 10-point edge on points off of turnovers for Sterling has led to a 2-point edge overall halfway through this contest. Neither team has been credited with a block in the game. Team fouls, 11 for Briarcliff to 7 for Sterling. The scoring leader in the game, freshman Connor Sudman, she's got 11 for Briarcliff. For the Chargers, there's 9 points for Peyton Slaughter, 6 points for Madeline Deichler, 5 each from Jaden Businger and Brianna Allen, and 2 points from Taylor Lamprecht. For Sterling, they are led by a couple of players with 9 points, including Kyla Comley, as well as Alexis Theus. 4 points all around for Sterling. I feel like it's an episode of Oprah or something with you have 4 points, you have 4 points, as we have Emily Hendrickson with 4, Bailey Bangert with 4, Brenna Eilert, Jessica Carrillo, and Maida Stahlbomber, all with 4 points for the Lady Warriors, and Sydney Bangert has 2 for Sterling. Looking at some of these other stats, leading rebounder in the game, that's going to go to Connor Sudman, so she's the top point scorer and the top rebounder in the game. Along with her 11 points, she has 5 rebounds, so double that up in the second half, and we'll have a double-double for the freshman. We'll see if that can come through. 3 rebounds from Sarah Dreckman, 4 rebounds from Madeline Deichler. So again, looking at it, Briarcliff seems to be the top-heavy team, but Sterling a little more balanced. 3 rebounds each from Kyla Comley, Emily Hendrickson, and Jessica Carrillo. 2 rebounds each for Eilert and Stahlbomber. Assists for the game. Looks like Briarcliff has 7 assists as a team, 2 each for Businger and Slaughter. And for Sterling, they have 5 assists as a team, 2 for Bailey Bangert. She's the team leader in that category. So again, the Lady Warriors leading this one, but it's a tight one. The 16th ranked Sterling College Warriors not getting anything easy, as it's 40-38 in favor of the visitors. We're going to take another quick break here as the teams are getting ready to step on the floor and start warming back up for the second half of action. Again, we thank you for tuning in to the Charger Sports Network, as at the half in this women's basketball action, Sterling College 40, Briarcliff 38.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
And welcome back to the Newman Flanagan Center. This looks like our cameraman. Everyone can creep in on what he's doing on his phone over there. Looks like he might have been on Snapchat. We appreciate all of our student workers helping us out here. Is sitting about 1:10 left on the clock before second half of action begins here today between the Sterling College Lady Warriors and your Briarcliff University Chargers. Again, pretty good first half of action. Really controlled for the first, I would say, 12 to 14 minutes by Briarcliff, but Sterling just hung around, kept their bearings, kept it close enough, and then the 16th ranked Lady Warriors began to strike in a big run late there. They led by 6 with 30 seconds to go, but a deep 2 from Brianna Allen cut it to 4, and then a steal and a bucket the other way made it just a 2-point affair at the break. Again, Briarcliff on the season 3-9 overall, 1-6 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference. But again, I mentioned it. I was mistaken. There has been one loss, 9 losses on the year for Briarcliff, one of which to an unranked team. So Briarcliff has seen their fair share of ranked opponents. 10-3 on the year for Sterling, 8-1 in the KCAC as we start second half of action. Briarcliff starting with the basketball. Connor Sudman puts this floater up off the back iron. No good, bounces around. Peyton Slaughter will get the rebound. Looks like both teams brought their starters back out to start this second half, which does mean that having the ball now, Businger, she did pick up 3 fouls in that first half, so she's got to be careful here. Handoff to Sudman. That's tipped away, and it rolls off the hands of Sudman and out of bounds. Nice defense there yet again by Alexis Theus. I don't think she'll get credited with the steal, but probably deserves it as she's the one to swat that hand in there and make Sudman lose control of the basketball as it flies out of bounds. The Lady Warriors with it, looking to extend on that 2-point lead. Theus goes inside. Stop. Back to Theus. Puts this one up. Back iron off. Bounces around a few times. No good. Chased down by Slaughter. Peyton Slaughter comes running it up. She'll get it over to Businger. Businger looking into Deichler. She's guarded pretty well, so they'll kick it up to Sudman. Now over to Allen, left side. Allen to Businger. Back over to Sudman. She's leading or scoring on the night with 11. 8 to shoot. Businger tries to go around a screen from Deichler. Nothing there. Gets it to Sudman. She'll drive the baseline. Cut off. Reverse layup up. No good, but off the hands of a Sterling player and out of bounds. So Briarcliff will still have it. So the shot clock will be reset to 20, and I believe there's a 30-second timeout being called by head coach Mike Power. They didn't seem like the refs didn't want to give it to him right away, but Coach Power calling a timeout. He didn't like what he saw there as 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. 40-30, Sterling leading this one. We have not had any scoring here yet in the second half. Briarcliff started with the ball the first possession, unable to get the basket. Same with Sterling on the other side of things as Briarcliff missed another shot this possession, but off the arms of a Sterling player and out of bounds. So after a turnover on the first possession and a missed shot here early, Mike Power was not seeing something, or was seeing something he didn't like. I don't know if it was just the movement from or lack of by the team on this last possession, or if someone was in the wrong place, but see if they corrected any mistakes as Sudman gets it right back from Deichler after Sudman had brought it in. Deichler gives it to Businger, loses control, but is able to re-corral it in. Businger lobs it into Deichler. She's quickly double teamed, splits the double team, hands it to Slaughter. tough bucket, but it falls. Slaughter had defenders all around her, but the freshman snuck up in the air and got that one to fall as this evens this game up at 40. Oh, I thought that was going to be stolen away, but instead, a pass inside, up and good for Theus. Long pass off the back of a Sterling player, but corralled in by Carrillo, and now the Lady Warriors come back the other way. Brianna Allen's going to get called for a foul. She tried to sneak in on the backside and knock that one away. Comley was running up the court, surrounded by Slaughter and Allen is going to be called for the foul. That's her second, team's first of the half. As they still have 2 up on the scoreboard. It should be the third quarter. Message down to someone to let them know that. It's a quick double team. This one's stolen away by Slaughter. Going up, not going to get the shot to fall, but there's a foul. It's going to be called on Theus. That's just her first team foul of quarter number 3. Slaughter will head to the free throw line. First shot up and good, cuts it to a 1-point lead for the Lady Warriors. Second shot up off the front iron, no good. Rebound to Eilert and Sterling. 42-41, 7.5 minutes to go, third quarter. And that's going to be a travel. Not sure what happened there with Carrillo. She got the ball, went up for the shot. I think she thought a defender was there, and really no one was in position. She had an easy chance at it. Feet left the floor, and then came back down for the travel call. Sudman drives in. Nice Euro step again. Gets that one to fall. She kind of stumbles, got some feet tangled up as she goes onto the floor. No foul, though, but she gets the shot to fall, and Briarcliff back with the lead, 43-42. Sterling looking to respond. They go inside. This shot up and good. I believe that was Theus again. She's been solid here tonight for the Lady Warriors. Allen back. This side they have Sudman with it on the right side now. Up to Allen. Over to Sudman. Has the 3. Puts it up. Off the front iron, no good. Good rebound there. Boxing out by Bailey Bangert, not allowing the offensive rebound from Sudman. Late pass. Up and good from Comley. Trying to draw the charge were the Chargers. Not able to get the call. Trailing by 3 now, Briarcliff. They get it over to Allen. Catch and shoot for 3. Line drive. Hits the front of the iron and crawls on top of the backboard. Hangs there for a minute before falling behind. That'll give the ball to Sterling, leading by 3 here. A quick 4-0 run after falling behind for the first time in this second half. The Lady Warriors are now back up 3 with 6:30 on the clock, quarter number 3. 10-3 record for the Lady Warriors this season compared to just 3-9 for the Chargers. Again, Briarcliff has shown the ability to hang tight with some tough teams. As a matter of fact, number 1 Concordia actually trailed after 1 quarter of play in Seward, Nebraska when the Chargers came to town before the Bulldogs were able to get away with that win. And there's been a few other top-ranked teams, including Dakota Wesleyan, Northwestern, Dort. All the teams kind of struggled early against Briarcliff before taking care of things in the second half. See if Briarcliff can keep momentum going late in this one as they do trail by 3, but Connor Sudman goes up, tough shot, my goodness, Connor Sudman. She has just put up some crazy shots here today as she's up to 15 points now. As a steal from Sudman. She drives in, another Euro step and another layup. 17 points now for the freshman. And she's creating her own offense by picking up some steals on the defensive side a little bit here today. And charge called, getting in there, Taylor Lamprick. Nice way of sliding in as Alexis Theus was trying to drive in. That's a second team foul of the quarter, second on Theus in the game as she'll take a breather. Coming in for her is Maida Stahlbomber, Stahlbaumer is actually coming in for Carrillo, and it looks like Sydney Bangert will be coming in for Theus. So the Chargers get a late substitution in as well. Shannon Sokolowski stepping onto the floor, but Briarcliff took a 1-point lead and then saw 4 straight points from Sterling. Briarcliff has now responded with 4 straight points of their own, all coming from Connor Sudman, as now the Chargers look to extend this 1-point lead. Stolen away by Bangert. A Slaughter, just a silly mistake of kind of letting up for a second. When you have a good defender like Bangert in your face, you cannot take a breather, as Sydney and Bailey Bangert both on the floor. 5'5" sophomore twins on the floor together as this one goes over. 3-point attempt up off the mark. That was Sydney Bangert with that attempt. Rebound goes to Sudman. Sudman hands it to Sokolowski, who might not have been ready for it, but she gets it in her possession, gives it over to Slaughter. Slaughter's spin move goes inside. Now over to Sudman. Back to Slaughter, right corner now, right in front of her coach. Drives the baseline, goes for the reverse layup. Partially blocked, but they're going to say there was contact and a foul. I believe that's going to go on Bailey Bangert. See the call. Yes, it will go on Bailey. That is the first on her. And Peyton Slaughter will head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Slaughter in the game has 12 points. She's got 5 rebounds as well, so a nice night for the freshman as this one's up and good. 48-46 is the score. Briarcliff leading this one. 3 for 4 from the free throw line is Slaughter in the game. One more shot here coming. This one's up and good as well. 49-46. Briarcliff leads it. 4:44 on the clock here, quarter number 3. Wide open in the corner. 3-point attempts up. No good from Bangert. Offensive rebound by Comley, though. And that was Bailey Bangert. Bailey has another chance. This time a layup and gets that one to go. Nice pass inside. Cutting to the hoop. No look pass to Sudman. Sudman has it, gives it over to Allen. Briarcliff with the basketball, leading by 1. We're nearing 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Allen's just going to step back and call out a play. Now up top to Sokolowski. They go to Sudman. Sudman goes through traffic, puts this one up and in with the foul. Sudman has been doing the work in the paint all night. Gets this shot to fall with the foul. She'll try to tack on one more. There's a couple substitutions coming in for the Lady Warriors. Briarcliff will also sub. Keegan Held onto the floor. A freshman from Lee, Nebraska. Will take the place of Peyton Slaughter, getting a much deserved rest. This one's up and good from Sudman. A 4-point lead for Briarcliff. 4 minutes to go, third quarter. The Lady Warriors looking to respond by this charge from the home blue and gold. Kick to the outside, 3-pointer up, no good. One of the twins on that one. That was Sydney Bangert on that attempt. Rebound goes to the Cliff. Briarcliff brings it up court. Held with it. Over to Sokolowski. Power calling off what he wants his team to do here. There's 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Lamprecht has it, looking to hand it to someone. Instead, she drives up to the free throw line, kicks it over to Held right side. 8 to shoot. Held goes in, she gets stopped. Nice pass to Sudman, puts the shot up, and they're gonna give the continuation. 2 points and the foul yet again. Connor Sudman have a night. Second foul against Bailey Bangert, and Sudman will head to the line looking for one more. My goodness, she has not played like a freshman tonight. That is for sure. Sudman with the free throw attempt. It's up and good. A 7-point Briarcliff lead. 3:21 to play, third quarter. Just getting some substitutions in. Sterling with the basketball. And I'll tell you what, Sterling seems to have the size advantage, but Briarcliff having a great night in the paint. See if that can continue. Comley goes inside. She's double teamed, has to do something with it. She's able to get it over to a teammate. Right back to Comley. Comley over to Bangert. Another trap in the corner, stolen away by Lamprecht. Ball's knocked away from her quickly, but she's able to corral it back in. Held now with it. Drives inside. Almost called for the travel, but she gets it to Lamprick. Goes for the scoop shot up. No good. Bounces around. Rebounded. By Sterling. Nearly out of bounds was Comley, but not called, so Comley goes. Gives it to Bangert. Now to Theus. Theus is trying to get around Brianna Allen. Allen's going to be called for a foul. I believe that's her third, and that is. As Briarcliff, Madeline Deichler coming back on the floor, as well as Peyton Slaughter and Bryson Comstock. And Madeline Deichler is typically the player that we expect to see doing well in the paint for Briarcliff, but she's been off the floor for a while, and BC has done just fine as they kick to the corner. Wide open three for Sterling, and that's good. Somebody lost track of Emily Hendrickson, and she made them pay with 3 points for the Lady Warriors, cutting this to a 4-point lead for the Cliff. Chargers with the basketball, though, is 2:20 to go in the quarter. We are in quarter number 3 here in the Newman Flanagan Center. This one trying to get it to Connor Sudman cutting. She's not able to corral it, but it goes off a Lady Warrior and out of bounds, so Briarcliff still has possession. .14 on the shot clock, 2:14 on the game clock, third quarter. Briarcliff leading 55-51. Chargers with it. Deichler lobs it into Sudman. She's double teamed. Tough to do anything. She gives it over to Businger. Puts that shot up. It's blocked, but goes right back to her. She kicks it over to Comstock. Drives in, kicks it to Deichler. She's not going to shoot the three. One to shoot. Got to put it up. She does. Not able to get the shot to fall, but there is the foul, so she'll head to the free throw line. Desperation time from Deichler. There just had to get rid of it, and she sends herself to the free throw line. Nice job there by the sophomore. Trainer Iowa has become the pipeline for the Briarcliff team. Senior Alyssa Carley sitting on the sideline tonight with an injury, but she comes from Trainer. And then you have sophomore Madeline Deichler and freshman Connor Sudman. Those are the top 3 scorers from Briarcliff, all hailing from the same hometown. 5-point lead for the Chargers. It's one thing to be all from the same town, but Trainer, not a big town, you know. If it's all from Sioux City or Omaha, somewhat to be expected. But the metropolis of Trainer, Iowa, seems to be a pretty darn good stomping ground for some women's basketball players. As a catch and shoot three-pointer up and good. That's a couple threes in a row for Hendrickson. Briarcliff might be aware of where she's at. Hendrickson then tries drawing a charge in the backcourt, not able to get it. No foul whatsoever called, so Briarcliff will have the ball. So we're nearing 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. These teams are battling. Deichler drives in, tough, gets that bucket to fall. My goodness, Briarcliff has been just driving in and getting bodied away, but getting these shots to fall with opportunities to turn them into three-point plays. We've seen it from Sudman all night, and now Deichler getting in on the action. As she'll line up from the free throw line. She's 3 of 6 from the charity stripe tonight. This one up and good. Briarcliff back up a couple possessions, 59-54. As a quick three from the opposite corner this time. And it bounces around and somehow goes in. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. And right now, Emily Hendrickson has got the touch from deep. 3 three-pointers here in just the last few minutes. Slaughter with it in the corner. She's going to put up the three. Responds right away for the Cliff. Timeout called by Briarcliff as the Chargers respond to the big three-pointer. 62-57, just a 30-second timeout. Waiting for these stats to update to see where Hendrickson's sitting with points as she's hit a bunch of threes late. She's up to 13 points, 3 for 4 from deep. As like I said, she's hit all 3 of those three-pointers in this quarter, and I want to say they've all happened in about the last 3 minutes. So I think right now, Coach Power, that timeout is probably called, and if I was him, I might draw a big number 5 on the board and say, let's not leave this person all alone from deep because she's hurting us right now. But Briarcliff still out to that 5-point lead despite the hot shooting from Hendrickson. Again, Hendrickson's 13 points. That leads the Lady Warriors. Comley's got 11 and Theus has 11. For Briarcliff, they also have 3 players in double figures. 23 so far for Connor Sudman, 17 for Peyton Slaughter, who just hit a 3-pointer moments ago, and 10 for Madeline Deichler. It's 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Sterling bringing this one up. The Lady Warriors, 16th ranked team in the country. Excuse me, words are tough. As 2 players come quickly to not allow Hendrickson to get that 3. She's fouled, will fall to the floor. It's the 4th team foul on the Chargers, so will not be bonus yet. That's the 3rd foul on Madeline Deichler. Don't love to see that as a Charger fan. Deichler is a key component for the Cliff, as her 10 points and 4 rebounds will head to the bench for at least the rest of this quarter, I would imagine, sitting with those 3 fouls. Sterling to inbound it here. They go to the corner, and Hendrickson was left alone momentarily, but they're able to collapse in on her. Now Comley with it. Comley gets it back. She's open for 3. This one's up, in and out, no good. Rebound goes to Sudman. Briarcliff has an opportunity at the last shot of the quarter. Had a similar situation at the end of the second quarter. This one's turned over, though. Back quickly come the Lady Warriors. Comley with it. Hands it off. Hendrickson thought about the 3. She steps over, puts up another shot, and that's good! 4 3-pointers for Hendrickson in the final minutes of the third quarter. I'll tell you what, if it wasn't for her hot shooting, maybe Briarcliff could be running away with this. Instead, we have a 2-point ball game heading into the final quarter of play. Briarcliff leading 62-60. We'll be back momentarily with your fourth quarter action here on the Charger Sports Network. Again, 62-60, Briarcliff with the edge.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
Welcome back to the Newman Flanagan Center. As Briarcliff trying to pull the upset here in non-conference play against the visiting Sterling College Lady Warriors. Right now Briarcliff leading 62-60 as we head into the fourth and potentially final quarter of play. We'll see. This one wouldn't shock me if we had some extra time, as these teams have gone back and forth all night long. Again, 62-60. Briarcliff leads it. Sterling, though, will begin this fourth quarter with the basketball. So the Warriors will kick this to the outside. Now just dribbling around. They'll go up to Comley. Tipped, but Comley's able to corral it back in. She's surrounded by players, and she's going to be called for the turnover. Nice defense there by the Cliff. Nothing coming easy. And this one, as the press is coming back for the Lady Warriors, they had pretty good success with it in the second quarter. As a quick timeout is called by Mike Power. There was only 2 seconds to get across the timeline, and it did not look like Peyton Slaughter was going to be able to do that. So Mike Power calling a full timeout here. He's saying full time. I don't know if that's all they have left, because he's acting like it's only a 30-second as he's on the court with his gals. Meanwhile, Sterling taking advantage with the full timeout and resting on the bench. It's again 62-60 in this game. Briarcliff shooting 51% from the field, 49% shot by Sterling here in the game. Both teams have made 6 3-pointers. Briarcliff's only shot 14 compared to 19 for Sterling, but I believe Sterling was shooting 2 of 15 before Emily Hendrickson took over with 4 3-pointers here in the second half. Single-handedly, seemingly, keeping the Lady Warriors in this one. It's a 2-point lead for the Chargers. They look to inbound this one in. They get it over the timeline to Sudman. She goes up strong as they go for a long two. That one's in by Businger. They were just worried about getting the offense settled. And then Businger took matters into her own hands with a deep two. Now in the paint, going up tough, up and in. Quickly now, they cross it to Businger again. Now she's going to be double teamed. She'll kick it to Sudman. It goes to Deichler. Deichler over the defender and in. Briarcliff has used the deep pass to try breaking that press, and it's worked the last couple possessions. Wouldn't be surprised if Sterling hangs with it, though, as it does seem to be a factor. Trying to draw the charge is Deichler, and she gets the call. That's the second charge that Briarcliff has been able to force from the Lady Warriors. As they'll quick try to clean up the floor where Deichler went down. 66-62, 8:40. And left to go in quarter number 4. Allen brings it across. She gets it over to Sudman. Sudman thinks about it, long shot, just a 2, and it's in. Looks like she wanted to step back to see if she could get a 3, but obviously you don't want to travel, so she can only go back so far and had that foot on the line, so a 2-pointer for Sudman. Puts her up to 25 points to lead all scorers here tonight. Comley with it the other way. Late pass, inside, up and good. Some contact there on the back end, no foul, but Korea was able to go through it and get that bucket to fall. Slaughter just races through the defense, coast to coast for 2. The Briarcliff bench enjoying that one, back up to a 6-point lead for the Cliff, 70-64. Inside to Carrillo, she's quickly double teamed. Deichler had her hands on the basketball, but not able to draw it loose. Now quick pass and up and in for 2 is Comley. Now the coaching staff for Sterling backing off that press. They're not liking the quick buckets that Briarcliff has been able to do. So they're just going to go back with the set defense. They leave Businger all by herself, puts that shot up, no good. Deichler runs after the rebound. She's not going to be able to get it before it goes out of bounds. So the Lady Warriors, that defensive strategy, just sitting back and playing a half-court defense seemed to work as Businger will take a seat as Sarah Dreckman comes into the game. 4-point lead for Briarcliff, 7.5 to go in this final stanza. Should say 4 stanza. I don't like saying final when it would not shock me if we have extras. This 3-pointer's up, no good, but getting her own rebound with the Warriors. Hendrickson now gives it back for another 3-point attempt. This one's going to fall for Bailey Bangert. Nice hustle to get her own rebound on the first missed 3-pointer. And she makes sure not to miss on that second try. Just a 1-point lead now for the Chargers. Allen with it. Back to Allen, deep 3-pointer, and it's good! NBA range for Brianna Allen. Briarcliff back up 4. Strong pass there, and it's a deep pass, but you got to go strong because Connor Sudman always looking to see if she can't come in and get that steal. Hendrickson with it in the corner. She'll kick it back out to Comley. Over to Bangert. Back to Hendrickson. She snuck to the other side. Doesn't take the 3, though. She goes inside. Stolen away on the pass by Brianna Allen. Chargers coming back quickly the other way, up by 4. Kicked over to Sudman, but it's stolen away by Bangert. That's going to be a travel, or double dribble, excuse me, as Bangert wanted to pass it, changed her mind, had both hands on that basketball, and went back to dribble again. So Briarcliff will get the ball right back. A rare mistake there by the sophomore guard from Kingman, Kansas. As Businger back onto the floor, Dreckman will come right back out. I wonder if that substitution was Coach Power wanting to have a word about something specific. There's a late substitution now for Sterling. As Sydney Bangert will step onto the floor, so both Bangert sisters out on the court. As well as, who else jumped on the court? I believe Stahlbomber came in for the Lady Warriors. 73-69, Briarcliff leads it with the basketball. 6:13 left to go in the fourth quarter. Allen has it, gets it to Deichler at the free throw line. There's going to be a shove away from the ball Brianna Allen gets called for the foul away from the basketball. That's her fourth. Got to be careful now as Allen with 8 points in the game. Not typically a scoring threat for the Chargers, but she's had a pretty good night here tonight. Hit a couple of three-pointers. But her tenacity on defense is really her forte, as she'll take a seat with those 4 fouls. I'm sure we'll see her back in at some point. Sterling with it. This pass is tipped away and stolen by Peyton Slaughter, who's fouled immediately. And that's going to be Bethany Stuckey with that foul, her third, team second of the quarter. We're still at 73-69, a little bit of a stalling point on scoring, which, as a Briarcliff fan, hey, as long as it's both teams not scoring, you're content with that as the Chargers lead by 4 here. So we're nearing completion of this one. Businger goes strong to Deichler. She gets underneath the defense and gets that shot to fall. Nice move by Deichler and a strong pass in by Businger for 2, and it's a 6-point Briarcliff edge. Does Sterling have another push in them? These never say die Lady Warriors have made a few runs here tonight. Bangert with it, throws this one right to Brycelyn Comstock. Comstock, a former Wolverine, gets it inside to Peyton Slaughter. She gets the easy bucket. Nice find by Comstock as a timeout called by the Sterling bench. See if they go 30 or full. They're debating it. I think they're going to go a full timeout here. 4:59 to play, fourth quarter. Briarcliff leading this one 77-69. We'll be back momentarily here on the Charger Sports Network.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
Welcome back to Ray Nackey Court in the Newman Flanagan Center. As we're winding down to the final minutes here of this NAIA women's basketball matchup, a non-conference affair between Sterling College from the KCAC, I believe the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference, I believe is the acronym there, and then your Briarcliff University Chargers from the Great Plains Athletic Conference. As right now the unranked Chargers sitting at just 3-9 on the season, looking to knock off number 16 Sterling, 10-3 on the year. As this shot quick up and in for Sterling on this one, but the Chargers lead by 6. Again, Briarcliff unranked, but capable of doing damage to just about anyone. This one's turned over and going quickly the other way. Sterling, this shot's up and good, and all of a sudden 4 quick points cuts the deficit in half for the Lady Warriors. Again, they're number 16 in the country, trying to avoid the upset. Deep pass here, and it gets to Businger, who will go up for the layup, and that one's easy. The Warriors have had some success with the press, but they had a lot of the success in the second quarter. Briarcliff has made some adjustments here in the second half and have handled it much better. Sterling looking to do something. Three-pointer, other side, up and good. Bailey Bangert from the outside. It's a 1-possession lead now for the Chargers. That 8-point lead just a minute ago is now down to just 3. Briarcliff looking to set something up. Trying to get this one back to a couple of possessions. Chargers kick it to Sudman. We haven't heard much from her in the last few minutes. Had a great second quarter and start to this third quarter. Businger has to do something, so she puts up the shot from the free throw line. It's up, no good. Foul there called on Comstock, trying to come in and bat that one away. So just like that, a minute and a half ago, Briarcliff was feeling good with that 8-point lead, wanting to see if maybe they could get it to double digits. Instead, a 1-possession game as the Lady Warriors have the basketball. 3:34 left on the clock. Sterling bringing this one up. 79-76 is your score. Driving the baseline, foul away from the bucket though. It's an offensive foul. Jaden Businger, I didn't see what happened. She got knocked to the floor. It looked like the lane was wide open, but that was because of that Bailey Bangert foul. That's going to be her third, the team's third of the quarter. Big turn of events there. It looked like it was going to be an easy layup for Sterling. Instead, the offensive foul and turnover gives the Chargers back the basketball. BC with it. Go to Deichler, who gets knocked to the floor. Nice job there. Actually looked like the defender caught her, making sure she didn't go down hard. That's just good sportsmanship. Love to see it. Briarcliff now with it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Peyton Slaughter goes inside, puts up the tough shot, and somehow gets that one to fall. The scoop shot with just the right English gets the 2 points for Briarcliff. 5-point lead now into Bangert. She gets the bucket and the foul. We've seen a lot of old-fashioned three-point plays for Briarcliff, and now an opportunity for one the other way, as it's the 4th foul on Businger. And Bailey Bangert will head to the free throw line. 2:49 to go, 81-78. Briarcliff with the lead. But an opportunity for that lead to get cut to just 2 if Bangert can hit one from the free throw line. Bangert lines up. The southpaw puts up her shot off the front iron. No good. Tipped around, though. Offensive rebound for the Lady Warriors. Theus coming up huge. Haven't heard her name in a while. She dominated in the first half. And there she gets a huge offensive board. Sterling with it, 6 seconds to shoot. They get it over to Bangert. Opportunity to tie. Three-pointer up off the back iron, no good. But another offensive rebound, but a travel there for Carrillo. She did a great job of getting the offensive rebound, but a Briarcliff player was coming in to swipe that one away. And her feet were moving as she just tried to keep the basketball away from the Briarcliff Chargers, and instead ends up giving it right to them. This trap being set, they get it up to Sudman. Sudman driving in, she's going to be fouled well away from the basket. We're not quite in the bonus, so will not be free throws, but with 2:20 on the clock, Briarcliff will have it. It is the 4th team foul, so heading to the bonus after this one, and the 3rd foul on Emily Hendrickson. Again, it was 4 3-pointers by Hendrickson in the latter half of the 3rd quarter that really kept this game interesting, as Briarcliff trying to hang on against a ranked opponent from Sterling. Deichler with it at the elbow. She'll kick it out to Sudman, but it's stolen away by Bangert. 2-on-1, as Brianna Allen had to pick one defender, and a nice pass there and a layup cuts this one to just a 1-point game. Briarcliff needs to do something on this possession. Quick double team. 5 seconds to get it across, and no rush seems to be happening by Briarcliff, but now they do get it across. As a charge is called by Peyton Slaughter. She knocked down a defender as she was trying to cut it across, and again, just little lackadaisical there by Briarcliff in the backcourt. Came back to hurt him as they had to rush across the timeline. And now Sterling has an opportunity to take a lead. The Lady Warriors led at half, but it was a quick jolt early in the 3rd quarter by Briarcliff to take a lead. They led by as many as 8 here in the 4th quarter. But now the Lady Warriors looking to take the lead back. 1:51 to go in the contest. 81-80. The Lady Warriors trail but have the basketball. They go cross court to Hendrickson. Hendrickson's double team, so they kick it around. 3-point attempt on its way, no good. Wasn't even necessarily that close. They reset the shot clock. I'm not sure that that ball ever hit the iron, because I believe a tie-up's going to be called. It's not going to matter about the time on the shot clock because the possession arrow is in favor of Briarcliff. The Chargers will have it. Fortunate there. That was a wide-open 3-point attempt by Alexis Theus, who's not necessarily the player they expect to be taking those deep shots, but fighting for the rebound and getting their hands on the ball were the Lady Warriors. So at the very least, it was a tie-up instead of a straight rebound for the Cliff. Briarcliff gets the basketball, but now that important possession arrow is in favor of the visitors, but Briarcliff has it. We're under a minute and a half to go. The Chargers leading by 1. Slaughter has it. Some hand checking, no call. Back to Slaughter. Over to Sudman. Allen with it, up top to Sudman. She has that 3 if she wants it. She'll get it to Allen. She'll put up the 3. In and out, no good. Rebound goes to Theus and Sterling. Theus drives in, setting the feet, and another charge. Brianna Allen My goodness, she's got 4 fouls, but took the chance, got her feet set, and got knocked down by Theus. That is one of those plays that does not show up in the box score, but I know Coach Power always keeps track of charges forced. And that was a great one from Brianna Allen, creating the turnovers. Briarcliff turns this one over quickly. Hendrickson with it, puts up the shot, no good though. Nice defense by Deichler, but Sterling's able to get the rebound. Briarcliff, a silly turnover there, and now Sterling under a minute to go. There's a foul, and that's the 5th foul on Briarcliff. So now the Lady Warriors will be at the free throw line with an opportunity to tie and take the lead. Just a crazy turn of events we've been seeing both sides here in the final couple of minutes. That foul going to go against Sokolowski, her first. But, oh, man, Briarcliff just struggling to even get the ball across the center court line as this free throw's up and good. We're all tied up. 44.9 on the clock. Even at 81. One more free throw attempt coming from Bailey Bangert. Ooh, that shot, it's in, but it's not going to count because Alexis Theus, getting greedy, wanting to go in there for the offensive rebound, stepped in the lane ahead of time, and a timeout is now going to be called by Sterling. Both teams have had some mistakes here in the final minutes. It's just whose is going to be the most costly. Is there a point comes off of the scoreboard because Theus was in the lane? And I thought that timeout was called by Sterling. They're going to say it was actually called by Briarcliff, a full timeout. 44.9 seconds on the clock. 81-81. We have a thriller here in the Newman Flanagan Center. Briarcliff at 3-9 on the year, trying to knock off number 16 Sterling. 10-3 is the record they walked in with. The question is, will they move to 11 wins or get their 4th loss as they leave the Newman Flanagan Center tonight? But what a game. Both teams have just been fighting like crazy. It hasn't always been pretty, but there have been glimpses from both teams. When we look at Connor Sudman battling in the paint and getting some tough layups to fall. Peyton Slaughter with 23 points for the Cliff. Emily Hendrickson caught fire late in the 3rd quarter from deep. We have just seen some great plays. Bailey Bangert has come out of nowhere to be the leading scorer right now for Sterling in the game. She's up to 17 points. Just some great individual efforts across the board, and we'll see, is Sterling going to continue that? Oh, they're not going to do the press, obviously, because after the timeout, I wonder if that's one of the main reasons for using his final timeout for Mike Power, was just the fact that that full court press has created some havoc. So let's call the timeout, get to take the ball up to the offensive side of things and start from there. 40 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. Tie game. Briarcliff with the basketball. This one's tipped away, but it'll go out of bounds. Briarcliff will maintain possession. 31.4 on the game clock, 17 on the shot clock. The Sterling defense not going to allow anything to come easy for the Chargers. What does Briarcliff have drawn up? They'll just get it to Allen here. Just Slaughter with it. Sudman now, back to Slaughter. Inside at the elbow. Businger has it, kicks it over. They're going to say a travel. And with 19.5 seconds, Briarcliff just lost the opportunity at the final shot. And Mike Power, hand on his head again. Turnovers continue to be killer for Briarcliff. As Sterling with an opportunity here to win it. 19.5 on the clock. 30-second timeout for the Lady Warriors. Sterling with 2 timeouts left in the contest. Briarcliff fresh out. As what will happen here in this great contest. But again, turnovers have been an issue. Briarcliff in the first half allowed 14 points off of turnovers. They've settled things down. Just 8 points off of turnovers in the second half. but one more could be the difference. Briarcliff has gotten 19 points off of turnovers themselves. They've really caused more here in the second half. But the question begs, is it going to be enough? Sterling with the basketball, kicked over, wide open three-pointer. It's up, off the back iron, no good. Early shot, but the Lady Warriors get the rebound. This one knocked away a little bit by Hendrickson, gets it over, now Comley with it. She goes to drive in, the ball was almost knocked out of her hand. She gets it to a teammate, it's up and good, 3 seconds to go. Briarcliff passes it up ahead, half-court shot at the buzzer, didn't get off anyway, and it's no good. Couldn't believe Sterling took that early of a shot for 3, but they missed, but got another offensive rebound. And once again, turnovers and second chance points doom Briarcliff, as points off of turnovers will jump up to 24 for Sterling, and second chance points will go up to 18. Both of those occur on the final possession, and Sterling College, number 16 in the country, escapes this one. They'll improve to 11-3 on the season. The Chargers fall to 3-10. As Briarcliff seemingly had that one up until the final minutes of play. As we'll take a quick break, we'll come back with final statistics here from the Newman Flanagan Center. Again, your final score here on the Charger Sports Network, 83-81. Sterling College picks up the win against Briarcliff University. We'll be back in a few moments. You're watching the Charger Sports Network.
When coming to Briarcliff, it feels like you're coming home.
You know, there's small classrooms and it's not a big campus, so there's not too many people that you're going to say hi to that you won't see again.
Briarcliff is just a really amazing community. It's a community of faculty that really care about each other and students that care about each other. And I think that once you visit this place, you really get a good understanding of how genuine that actually is.
And welcome back to the One-Eyed Jacks postgame report. As our final here today, number 16 in the country, Sterling, avoids the upset and picks up the 83-81 victory over your Briarcliff University Chargers in the contest. Briarcliff shot 56% from the field, 31 of 55, compared to 53% for Sterling, so similar but slight edge to Briarcliff in shooting percentage. The Lady Warriors did make more shots, 34 for 64. So 3 additional shots made for the Lady Warriors on 9 additional shot attempts. So just more opportunities is going to help out. Sterling was 8 for 25 from three-point range for 32%. The Chargers were 7 of 17 for 41%. At the free throw line, Briarcliff was a more frequent visitor to the charity stripe. 12 of 17 were the Chargers for 70.5%. Sterling was 7 of 10 for right at 70%. So again, a slight edge for Briarcliff, both in percentage and attempts there. Rebounds, 28-24 edge for Sterling. On the offensive side of things, it was 13 offensive rebounds for Sterling compared to 9 offensive rebounds for Briarcliff, and that's one of the concerning things there is rebounds. Briarcliff had 15 defensive rebounds to 13 offensive rebounds for Sterling, so on 28 missed shots by the Lady Warriors, they nearly had an even split on the rebound total, so something I'm sure Mike Power will continue to try cleaning up, but when you're undersized, it can be difficult. The assists, Briarcliff a slight edge, 15 to 14. Steals, Sterling actually had more, 12 to 11. Turnovers, Briarcliff turned the ball over 21 times compared to 19 for Sterling. And Briarcliff had one extra foul. It was 20 to 19 in that stat as well. So looking at it, bench scoring, Briarcliff didn't get much from its bench tonight, just 2 points off the bench compared to 26 for the Lady Warriors. Points in the paint was a huge advantage for Briarcliff, 40 to 24. Second chance points and points off of turnovers, though, key difference. 18 second chance points for the Lady Warriors compared to 11 for Briarcliff. And points off of turnovers, a 24 to 19 edge for Sterling. So again, that is something that has got to change for Briarcliff. There's a lot of these near wins against ranked opponents, but it's just how do they turn in from these tough losses to exciting victories for the Cliff, and that's something Coach Power will continue to work on. Individual leaders, Connor Sudman led all players in points and rebounds. She had 25 points and 7 rebounds. Briarcliff also had a great night from Peyton Slaughter. She had 23 points and 5 rebounds. She also had 4 assists. 14 points for Madeline Deichler. She had 4 rebounds. And some other top scorers for the Cliff, 9 points for Jaden Businger and 8 from Brianna Allen. For Sterling, top scorer, Bailey Bangert with 19 points. And she also had the game-winning shot with 3 seconds on the clock. She was able to put in a floater that ended up being the game winner. 16 points from Emily Hendrickson. She was 4 of 5 shooting from deep. She hit all 4 of those trays in the third quarter. 15 points from Kyla Comley and 12 from Jessica Carrillo. 11 from Alexis Theus. And looking at some other things that stand out, Briarcliff had a lot of players get a decent amount of assists. 4 assists for Peyton Slaughter, 4 assists for Jaden Businger. For Sterling, the leader in rebounds was Kyla Comley with 6, and with assists, Bailey Bangert. Not only was she their leading scorer, she also had 6 assists, so a key distributor as well as scorer tonight for Bailey Bangert, as, again, none more important than the final shot made by Bailey after Bailey actually got the offensive rebound after twin sister Sydney missed a potential 3-pointer to take a lead with 11 seconds to go. Like I said, Bailey picking up sister Sydney with that offensive rebound and the finish 8 seconds later to get the final basket of the contest. Again, tonight's winner, Sterling College from Kansas, 83 to 81 over your Briarcliff University Chargers. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Remember, the Chargers are back home next weekend for the Country Inn and Suites Holiday Classic, as we'll have full slate of action here in the Newman Flanagan Center. As on the women's side of things, we'll start the day with Morningside College, and then we'll move to, on Saturday and Sunday, Morningside College will play at 1 o'clock. Let me just quick pull up the schedule, at least for the women's side of things. The Chargers, so at 1 o'clock on Saturday, the Morningside Mustangs will take on Valley City State. And then at 5:30 at night, the Chargers will take on Mayville State. That's Saturday's schedule. And then on Sunday, the teams will flip. So Morningside will play Mayville State at 1 p.m. and at 5:30, the Chargers will take on Valley City State. And, of course, the men's action will also be taking place that day. This year, as part of the Holiday Classic, Hastings will be on the men's side of things. And the Broncos and Chargers, Hastings will play its contest at 3 o'clock on Saturday and Sunday. And for the Briarcliff men, the Chargers will take on their opponents at 7:30 on both Saturday and Sunday. The opponents on the men's side of things will be Presentation and Waldorf, a pair of teams that Briarcliff has defeated already on the season, so hoping to pick up a couple more victories against a common opponent. And then we'll be back to GPAC action when we start the new year. But again, please join us next weekend for a great action here at the Newman Flanagan Center at the Holiday Classic. But tonight, unfortunately, your Briarcliff Chargers fall 83-81 to the 16th ranked team in the country from Sterling College. Thanks again for tuning into the Charger Sports Network. Have a great night, fans, and battle on, blue and gold.